This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for September 5th, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 0.67 points or 0.17% and closed at 401.82. Total trade volume was down with 44,552 shares changing hands at a total trade volume of 225.6 million real or over $56,000. On the main board, 3 stocks were up. Leading the market was MJQ Education, up 0.51% or 10 real to 1,990 real per share, followed by Royal Group Phnom Penh SCZ, which rose 0.49% or 10 real to 2,060 real per share. Sedicville Autonomous Port was also up 20 real to 12,020 real per share. On the downside, 4 stocks declined. The biggest loser of the day was Pestec Cambodia, down 1.56% or 40 real to 2,530 real per share, followed by Acleda Bank, which dropped 0.59% or 40 real to 6,740 real per share. The other 2 stocks down were Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority and Grand Twins International. Meanwhile, Cam GSM and Phnom Penh Autonomous Port remained flat. Over on the growth board, DBD Engineering was up 0.49% or 10 real to 2,040 real per share, while JS Land stayed flat at 2,780 real per share. Acleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 26,401 shares changing hands at a total value of 178.4 million real or over $44,500, approximately 59% of the total trade volume on Friday. Royal Group Phnom Penh SCZ recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 7,718 shares changing hands at 15.8 million real or close to $4,000, about 17% of the total trade volume on September 5th. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD remained stable at 4,010 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was down to 98.02. Looking at global commodities, oil extended its decline into a third session on Friday, heading for a weekly loss for the first time in 3 weeks, as expectations grow of higher supply and a surprise increase in U.S. crude inventories added to demand concerns. Brent crude futures fell 35 cents or 0.5% to $66.64 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude dropped 33 cents or 0.5% to $63.15. Gold prices edged higher and were on track for their best weekly gain in 3 months, as expectations of a U.S. Federal Reserve rate cut bolstered bullion's appeal, while investors awaited U.S. non-farm payrolls data due later in the day. Spot gold was up 0.1% at $3,548.09 per ounce. Bullion has risen 2.9% so far this week. U.S. gold futures for December delivery rose 0.1% to $3,608.90. U.S. stock futures climbed on Friday as investors waited for the pivotal monthly jobs report to confirm or contradict the softness shown in this week's labor data, with an interest rate cut now seen as all but certain. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, S&P 500 futures were up 0.2%, coming off a fresh all-time closing high for the broad stock benchmark. Contracts on the Dow Jones Industrial Average leaned slightly higher, while those on the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 led gains up 0.4%. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for September 5th. Have a great weekend.